When the Monkees first toured Australia in 1968, fans were hospitalised for hysteria. And 50 years later, the fans of the Monkees are just as passionate. Michael Nesmith and Micky Dolenz are the only surviving members of the hit band.
The Monkees was not just a popular band, but also a cultural phenomenon of the 1960s. Amazingly, they didn't start out as a real band. Initially, the group was created solely for a television show. However, through talent and sheer determination, they evolved into genuine artists dominating both music charts and television screens.
Hey, Goldie.
What?
You want to join a group?
Oh, all you guys do is just monkey around.
What makes the Monkees fascinating isn't just their catchy pop-rock music, but also the surprising behind-the-scenes stories. From being monitored by the FBI conflicts with producers to becoming anti-war icons, the group maintained a bold and creative spirit. Here are 20 bizarre, unexpected and fascinating facts about the Monkees, from their rise to fame to untold secrets behind the scenes. 1. From fake band to real musicians. The Monkees didn't start as a real band. Initially, they were merely actors cast to portray a band in a famous musical sitcom. The Monkees' early recordings were performed by professional musicians, while the group only took care of the visuals and performances. However, after being criticised by the public as phonies, the members were determined to change. They quickly learned to play instruments and began performing live. A pivotal moment was the album Headquarters 1967, where they wrote songs, played instruments, and took full control of their music. This album reached number 2 on the Billboard charts, second only to the Beatles' legendary Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Their transformation from fake to real not only silenced their critics, but also proved their talent and perseverance. They demonstrated that they weren't just actors playing musicians, but genuine artists, forcing both the public and critics to re-evaluate them. 2. Monitored by the FBI. Few would expect a cheerful pop band like the Monkees to have been under FBI surveillance. In 1967, during the controversial Vietnam War, the Monkees secretly incorporated anti-war messages into their performances. They used a large screen behind the stage to display images of prominent protests, such as those in Berkeley, California, or Selma, Alabama. While these messages weren't overtly declared, they boldly expressed anti-war sentiment to those who paid attention. This led the FBI to open an investigation file on the group, describing them as beatnik types with performances containing anti-war images and hidden messages. Although much of the information in the file was redacted, the fact that the Monkees, a seemingly harmless band, caught the FBI's attention remains astonishing. This proves that behind their youthful image and catchy melodies, the Monkees were emblematic of a generation speaking out on social issues. 3. Inspired by the Beatles. If the Monkees remind you of the Beatles, it's no coincidence. The group was created after the success of the Beatles' 1964 film, A Hard Day's Night. Producers Bob Rafelson and Bert Schneider aimed to create an American version of the Beatles, a fun, youthful and charismatic band entirely built from scratch. Interestingly, the TV show The Monkees didn't just take inspiration from the Beatles' music and image, but also their chaotic, humorous personas. Unlike the Beatles, however, the Monkees had to go through a rigorous casting process. They weren't friends or bandmates beforehand. 4. Conflicts with producers. Michael Nesmith, one of the most talented members of the group, had major conflicts with the show's producers. Early on, the band had no control over their music, as producers made all the creative decisions. This left Nesmith feeling incredibly frustrated. One famous incident occurred when Nesmith pitched his song Different Drum to the producers, only to have it rejected as unsuitable. Undeterred, Nesmith gave the song to Linda Ronstadt, and it became a major hit, launching her career. As tensions escalated, the Monkees pushed harder for creative freedom, wanting to write and play their own music. The situation became so heated that Nesmith reportedly punched a hole through a wall during a meeting to express his anger. Eventually, the group won their creative independence, though not without significant struggles. 5. The secret behind Last Train to Clarksville.
And I don't know if I'm ever coming home.
One of the Monkees' biggest hits, Last Train to Clarksville, contains a subtle anti-war message. The song tells the story of a man drafted into the military saying goodbye to his loved one, fearful that he may never return home. Released in 1966, during the height of the Vietnam War, the song was well received but cleverly disguised its political undertones to avoid censorship. Keen listeners, however, could easily pick up on its true meaning. 6. Casting the members. In 1965, producers Bob Rafelson and Bert Schneider placed an ad in Variety magazine seeking young, quirky individuals who frequented Hollywood's hipster cafes like Ben Frank's. The ad called for people willing to work hard and showcase their madness. Out of 437 applicants, Michael Nesmith, Micky Dolenz, Davy Jones and Peter Tork were chosen. Nesmith was the only one cast directly from the ad, while Jones was already under contract with Screen Gems. Dolenz was a former child actor, and Tork was recommended by Stephen Stills, who later rose to fame with Crosby, Stills and Nash. 7. The unique Monkey Mobile. The group's signature car, the Monkey Mobile, was a customized version of the 1966 Pontiac GTO. It featured unique modifications, including a third-row seat replacing the trunk, a parachute launcher at the back, and exhaust pipes extending from the front wheels. The car wasn't just a prop for the show, but was also used for promotional events. 3 versions of the Monkey Mobile were built, with one even featuring a functional supercharged engine, while the others were purely for display. 8. Banned from MTV. MTV played a crucial role in reviving the Monkees' popularity during the 1980s, re-airing their episodes and introducing the group to a new generation. However, the relationship soured in 1987, when the band declined to perform at an MTV-hosted event in favour of another commitment. MTV's producers felt insulted. In retaliation, they banned the Monkees' music video for Heart and Soul, a new track from their album Pool It. Without MTV's support, the song quickly dropped off the charts and the album underperformed. This incident highlighted how even small misunderstandings could lead to significant consequences in the entertainment industry. 9. The meaning behind the Monkees. The name The Monkees wasn't a random choice. The producers deliberately misspelled the word monkeys to make it unique, much like how the Beatles played with the word Beatles. The playful name reflected the group's light-hearted and mischievous image. It also helped them stand out among the many bands of the era, making their brand unforgettable. 10. Micky Dolenz learned drums from scratch. Initially, Davy Jones was considered the best candidate to play drums in the group. However, his short stature made him less visible behind the drum kit, which was an issue for live performances. The producers decided to assign the drumming role to Micky Dolenz, even though he had no prior experience playing the instrument. Dolenz enthusiastically embraced the challenge and began practicing relentlessly. From knowing nothing about drumming, he quickly reached a level of proficiency that allowed him to perform in live concerts with the band. His determination not only helped him master his new role, but also earned him admiration from both fans and bandmates. This story is not just humorous, but also deeply inspiring, proving that with commitment and hard work, anyone can learn new skills and overcome obstacles. 11. A revolutionary TV show. The Monkees wasn't just your typical musical sitcom, it was a revolutionary TV show that changed how television was made. Its innovative filming style with quick cuts breaking the fourth wall, where characters spoke directly to the audience and seamlessly integrating music videos set a new standard in the television industry. The show also embodied the counterculture spirit of the 1960s, featuring 4 long-haired hippie-like guys living in a colourful shared house. It captured the rebellious energy of the younger generation and resonated with audiences in a way that few other shows did. Although The Monkees only ran for 2 seasons, it left an indelible mark on television history and is still regarded as one of the most revolutionary shows of its era. 12. Breakups and reunions. Peter Tork was the first member to leave the Monkees in 1969, followed by Michael Nesmith in 1970. Afterward, the group officially disbanded when Davy Jones and Micky Dolenz stopped recording together. However, in the 1980s, thanks to MTV re-airing their episodes, the band reunited for a 20th anniversary tour. The tour became a cultural phenomenon with sold-out shows and the release of a new song that was then This Is Now, which climbed the Billboard charts. This return to the limelight proved that even after their peak, the Monkees still had an enduring appeal that resonated with new and old fans alike. Unfortunately, the reunion didn't last long as the members once again went their separate ways due to conflicting schedules and personal goals. Nevertheless, the Monkees remain one of the few bands to successfully stage a comeback and recapture the hearts of multiple generations. 13. Headquarters album, a musical turning point. Headquarters 1967 wasn't just the Monkees' third album. It was an artistic declaration. For the first time, the band fully took control of their music, writing songs, playing instruments, and producing the album themselves. This was a stark departure from their earlier work, which had been dominated by producers and professional studio musicians. Creating Headquarters was a significant challenge, especially since some members like Micky Dolenz were still learning their instruments. Despite this, the group worked tirelessly in the studio, crafting an album bursting with energy and showcasing their true musical identity. The album reached number 2 on the Billboard charts, second only to the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Its success not only proved the Monkees' musical talent, but also helped them shed the fake band label, earning respect from fans and critics alike. 14. Jack Nicholson wrote the movie Head. Head 1968. The Monkees' feature film was a bold and surreal experiment. Surprisingly, Jack Nicholson, not yet a Hollywood superstar, co-wrote the screenplay. The film was created when the Monkees were at the peak of their fame, but instead of making a standard crowd pleaser, they opted for a daring, unconventional project. Head was filled with surreal imagery, dark humour, and biting satire, with the band poking fun at their manufactured image. The movie had no traditional narrative structure, instead presenting a series of loosely connected scenes blending music and surreal elements. Though it was a commercial failure at the time, Head has since gained critical acclaim as a cult classic. Nicholson's involvement added depth to the film, showcasing the Monkees' willingness to take creative risks, even if it meant defying audience expectations. 15. MTV and the 20th Anniversary Tour. In 1986, MTV aired all episodes of the Monkees in a special marathon event. Surprisingly, the show attracted a new generation of young fans who had never heard of the band before. This newfound popularity led to a 20th anniversary reunion tour. The tour was a massive success with sold-out concerts and the release of a new single that was then This Is Now, which climbed into the Billboard Top 20. This comeback proved that the Monkees were more than just a nostalgic act. They had a timeless appeal that resonated across generations. However, the reunion wasn't without its challenges. Michael Nesmith opted out of most of the tour, and internal tensions occasionally surfaced. Still, the 20th anniversary reunion remains one of the most successful comebacks in music history. 16. Micky Dolenz almost became Fonzie in Happy Days. After the Monkees disbanded in the early 1970s, Micky Dolenz transitioned to acting and auditioned for various roles. One of his biggest opportunities was for the role of Fonzie in the iconic TV show Happy Days. Dolenz impressed the producers during his audition and was nearly cast. However, his height worked against him. He was too tall compared to Ron Howard, who played Richie Cunningham. The producers ultimately decided that Fonzie needed to be shorter than Richie to create better visual balance, and the role went to Henry Winkler, who stood 5'6". Despite not landing the part, Dolenz went on to have a successful career in acting and voice work, lending his talents to popular animated shows like Batman the Animated Series and Scooby-Doo. 17. The Charles Manson rumour. One of the strangest rumours surrounding the Monkees is that Charles Manson, the infamous cult leader and murderer, auditioned for the band. This rumour is entirely false. It originated from a joke made by Micky Dolenz, who once quipped, "Everyone auditioned for the Monkees from Stephen Stills to Charles Manson." The joke was misinterpreted and spread as fact. In reality, Manson couldn't have auditioned because he was imprisoned at the time of the casting in 1965. Nonetheless, the story has persisted, becoming one of the many bizarre urban legends tied to the band. 18. Zilch, a rap pioneer. The song Zilch from the Headquarters album, 1967, is one of the Monkees' most unique tracks. It's not a traditional song, but a series of nonsensical phrases spoken rhythmically by the band members. Peter Tork contributed the iconic line "Mr. Dobalina, Mr. Bob Dobalina," which he got from an airport announcement. The repetitive rhythmic style of the track is reminiscent of early rap, and it's often credited as a proto-rap song. In 1991, hip-hop artist Del the Funky Homo Sapien sampled Tork's line for his hit single Mr. Dobalina, further cementing the Monkees' unexpected influence on rap music. 19. A cultural icon. The Monkees weren't just a band or a TV show, they were a symbol of cultural change in the 1960s. They represented the youthful spirit of freedom, creativity, and rebellion. With their long hair, hippie-style clothing, and colourful shared house, they epitomised the counterculture of the era. Their music also left a lasting impact with hits like Daydream Believer and Last Train to Clarksville, offering both catchy melodies and meaningful messages. Although dismissed as a fake band early on, the Monkees overcame criticism and became one of the most beloved and respected groups of their time. 20. Solo careers of the members. After disbanding, each member of the Monkees pursued individual careers. Michael Nesmith became the most successful with a solo career in country rock and as a pioneer in music video production, even playing a role in the creation of MTV. Davy Jones continued singing and acting famously, guest starring on The Brady Bunch. Micky Dolenz focused on acting and voice work, while Peter Tork explored independent music projects. Though their solo ventures were impressive, the Monkees remains the defining chapter of their careers, leaving a legacy that continues to inspire fans worldwide. Thank you for taking the time to explore 20 fascinating and lesser-known facts about the Monkees. This group wasn't just a pop rock band, they were a symbol of creativity, a force that broke boundaries and left an unforgettable mark on popular culture. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss any exciting content in the future. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What surprised you the most about the Monkees? Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next video.